I love that title. And it is being presented for us today by Rick Dammers and David Williams. And Rick is the Assistant Professor of Music Education at Rowan University. Prior to Rowan, he was a music teacher, band, and tech, and the fine arts facilitator in the Ladue School District in suburban St. Louis. He completed his PhD in music education at the University of Illinois. Rick has published articles in Update, Applications of Research in Music Education, Gifted Child Today, and Tempo magazine. He has presented at several conferences, including Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic for Technology and Music Education. He is a member of the College Music Society Technology Committee, president of the New Jersey chapter of Time, and recently awarded Time's prestigious Teacher of the Year Award for 2010. And joining Rick is David Williams. David is Emeritus Professor of Music and Arts Technology at Illinois State. His career has included teaching and administrative appointments at Illinois State, SWRL Educational Research Laboratory, Cal State Los Angeles, University of Washington, and the University of Guam. Dr. Williams holds an MD.Ed and an MM degree from Northwestern Louisiana State University and a PhD in systematic musicology from the University of Washington. His technology work broadly covers multimedia and internet applications, music and arts technology education, and development of software apps for music education, and the management of information and instructional technology resources. Woo! He chaired the MENC Task Force for developing Opportunity to Learn Standards for Music Technology. In 2001, he received the Illinois Music Educator Association Distinguished Service Award for his work in music technology and currently serves on the Time Executive Committee. Williams is co-author of the widely used textbook, Experiencing Music Technology, has been published widely in music, psychology, and educational technology journals, and has served as clinician and keynote speaker for many music education conferences and workshops during his career. Thank you both very much. 3 things to remember, folks, about this session. 1, all of your phone lines are muted. If you have a question, please save it until the end of the presentation and then click the hand icon down there. That's raising your hand at the bottom of the participant window. If you are registered for this session only during this hour, and unfortunately, we can't let you jump between sessions during this time period. So at the conclusion of this session, you need to quit out the Meeting Center tool and click on the appropriate link for the next session, and that's located in the email that you received from us. And lastly, all sessions are being recorded today, and an archive recording is available at www.metosonline.com on October 25th. Those are available. So another exciting thing that is happening today is live blog coverage of the events and our Twitter integration. The link displayed here features live commentary from a team of bloggers. If you would like to join that conversation, please make a note of the link. The conversation will be made available on the METOS homepage after the event. For those of you who are on Twitter, here are the hashtags for that event today. So before we get started, we'd like to thank all of our corporate sponsors, professional affiliates, and presenters who make today's event possible. We hope you take some time today to visit their respective websites. We could not have done this without their support. So without any further ado, please welcome Rick and David.
And we're going to switch the slides over there. There we go. Hi, this is Dave Williams. And Rick, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have all of you here today. Rick and I are going to share some work that we're really excited about. This is a project that I started almost 10 years ago, and Rick joined me a couple of years ago, and we've got a website up, and Rick has been doing a lot of research in this area, and so today we're just going to kind of give you an overview of some of our thoughts about what I started calling non-traditional music students back about 10 years ago. And if we can advance to the 3rd slide, which kind of gives you an overview of what we're going to do in the next hour, 50 minutes actually. We're going to do a little, everybody finds the chat box down there on your window and you want to set it to send to everyone. The first thing we're going to do is ask a few questions just to get to know you a little bit. And then we're going to share with you some new possibilities things, changes in technology, new technology capabilities that open up a lot of opportunities for us to reach out to different student groups. And we're going to talk a little bit about those student groups, and especially the non-traditional music students. And Rick is going to share with you some of his work in technology-based music classes. And then we're going to, under Seeing is Believing, we're going to share with you some profiles of teachers that are using technologies with non-traditional music students and in technology-based music classes. And then at the end, it's just a few slides maybe about how to get started in this if you haven't done it before. So Rick will lead us through a few of these questions here, and we'll kind of see who we have in the audience, what their background is.
All right, so my first question for you, and again, if you can answer with your name, your answer and then your name in the chat box, and again, send to everybody. Kind of a basic question, but do you actively use the computer with your students in your music classes? We'll see how well this feature of WebEx works. Okay. Looks like we're getting a good number of responses, and by and large, for the most part.
I see a lot of
looks like somebody's in class right now. All right.
A lot of yeses, a couple of no's.
So it's all good. Not yet. I like that.
Maybe right after today's session.
Okay. And our next question is, do you use GarageBand, Mixcraft, or some loop-based music tools with your students?
This would be like Acid Music Studio or Sequel from Cubase, any of those.
Or Mina?
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of GarageBand.
Whoa, look at all the GarageBand.
Yeah, some band in a box, okay.
But
also some more no's mixed in, too.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It looks like about a little Mixcraft, hoping to go.
Yep. A couple of Mixcrafts I think were sent directly to me, or concerns that they don't have access to Macs. So Mixcraft, if you're not familiar, tends to be the Windows equivalent or Windows solution towards GarageBand.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6. About 6 people who haven't used any of this software yet. So.
Okay. I think, is this your question, Dave? Or are we in a...
Yeah, what percentage of the students in your school, we're talking about grades 7 to 12, which are not in any music class at all?
So if you're a middle school or high school teacher?
0, 20, 40, 60, 80, or 100% of them. I hope we have nobody that has 100%, but it's on the chart, so take a shot at it.
And if you're an elementary teacher, feel free to take a stab at the schools that your students go to.
Ooh, I saw 80% that are not. Okay. About 40, that's good. 60.
Wow, there's some schools that are doing really great.
Several at 40, a couple at 80, some at about 60. That's pretty typical in terms of distribution. We're going to show you
some 20s and 40s, yeah.
From a research project in a minute.
This might be a related question. For this, we'll just make this a yes/no response. But in the middle school or high school, how many of your middle schools or high schools offer a technology-based class, the class that's primarily taught on computers? Just a yes or no. Okay.
A lot of no's here.
Yeah. I'm saying that we're looking somewhere between 30, maybe 30% yeses.
Well, it's going to be interesting when Rick talks about his research here in a few minutes to see how your school matches up with some of the national survey data that he's collected.
Okay. Yeah, that seems to fit. Not bad. Not bad, though.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a good mix. Well, that's a kind of a nice icebreaker for us, and it gives us a little background. I'm going to talk to you a few minutes about some new, what Rick and I call new possibilities. So let's put the slide there for a minute, Rick.
Okay. So
go ahead. There we go. And this is what I call the music creativity revolution. And my graphic there shows this door opening where the sky's the limit. I think there have been probably about 3 years ago where the pieces started falling in place that really have kind of revolutionized how we can approach music creativity. And of course, technology is the key piece here. The next slide, please. So what are some of the things that fell in place that enabled this music creativity revolution? A wonderful parallel to this is back in the early to mid-1980s, a music notation revolution occurred. Desktop, what you see is what you get. Publishing software appeared in word processors and in something called PageMaker. The first laser printer came out. The first music notation software came out. And for the first time, anyone could set music that looked like published quality on their computer and print it out. In an instant, it democratized music notation. No longer did you have to do everything by hand, and when you published it, you would send it off to a publishing company to have it done. Well, the same sort of thing happened in the last couple of years because of some of these technology breakthroughs that all sort of coalesced at one time. The first is fast laptop computers that were extremely portable, that have lots of memory storage, and run at speeds that make it possible to do good quality digital audio. At the same time that the fast computers with lots of storage emerged, also a lot of research that had been going on for 10 or 12 years into digital audio compression provided such things as MP3 files, and then after that, a lot of the MP4 and high-quality digital audio that in many cases had a lot of compression and had lost very little resolution. The third thing that happened is because of the first two components, we suddenly had software appear, and I'll comment in a minute on GarageBand, for example, where we had incredible quality sound samples. We first saw a lot of those in some of the hardware, like the keyboards that we could buy that had extremely realistic sound samples from Bosendorfer Grands and Steinways and the like. And then tons and tons of libraries of loops from all kinds of music genres started appearing that were longer in length. They could be manipulated more easily. And again, they were a very high quality resolution.